Case.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You all may be seated. All right, Mr. Clough,
Yes,
you're
Your Honor.
back, except today you're the petitioner. Looks like we found Mom.
All right, guys, this one's gonna hit hard. What starts as a routine child support hearing quickly turns into a full-blown reality check. We've got a father asking for accountability, a mother who's been absent for months, and a judge who isn't here for excuses. Money, responsibility, and priorities are about to collide in a way neither side seems ready for. And trust me, by the end of this case, someone's story completely falls apart.
Well, Your Honor, I'm here to get some justice. I think it's time that I get back what I've been giving out.
What do you mean by that?
Money. I've been giving so much money and she hasn't even been here.
Right.
You know?
Well, before we really get started, are the kids in the car with the dog again today?
Kids aren't in the car, Your Honor. The dog got hit, so he's in a doggy wheelchair.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, I'm sorry to hear that about the dog, but the kids are fine.
They are. They're with the neighbor.
Okay, good. Just wanted to make sure. So.
Right away, you can feel the tension. Dad isn't here for drama, he's here for fairness. He's been carrying the financial and emotional load while Mom hasn't even shown up. The judge immediately checks on the kids, because in this courtroom, their safety comes first. That simple question sets the tone. This isn't about pride or payback, it's about responsibility. And already, the imbalance is clear.
Excuse me?
She just looking at me crazy.
I'll make it easier for you. You focus on me.
Right.
Don't excuse me.
Sorry, Judge.
Don't be sorry, just don't do it. This is your
he
first
gets my
time here
blood
today.
boilings.
And if I remember correctly, you filed the lawsuit on him previously and had the audacity not to show up. So you definitely need to pipe down.
Okay.
This is where the judge draws a hard line. Interruptions, side comments, attitude, none of it flies here. When the judge tells someone to pipe down, that's not just discipline, it's authority. Courts demand respect, and the moment you lose composure, you lose credibility. Ask yourself, if you were trying to prove your case, would you really want to start by disrespecting the court?
So, as I was saying, it's been a few months. So the kids have been with you, looks like it's been about 7 or 8 months now.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right? So in this 7 or 8 months, has Mom been paying?
Have you been paying?
Well, no, that's
she
not how this
hasn't,
works.
Your Honor.
That's not how this works.
She hasn't been paying.
All right?
She has not been paying.
Has she at least been visiting with the children?
She hasn't been.
Now comes a critical fact. The kids have been with Dad for 7 to 8 months straight. No payments. No visits. That silence matters. In family court, absence isn't neutral, it's evidence. When one parent disappears, the court takes note. And here's the real question. How do you claim involvement when your actions show distance?
The car that you
In the
really couldn't
Cutlass,
see,
yeah.
the Cutlass. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he got arrested not too long after I saw you for the PPP loan. Is that correct?
No,
That's how she got that.
incorrect. That's incorrect.
She got what? What's that?
You know, from the last time. She got the booty in the booty.
What they call it something, though.
Yeah, the BBL. She know.
Oh.
Why are you telling my business?
People need to know.
People don't need to know nothing. That's for the gram.
Anyway, Your Honor.
I mean, I wanted to know, but, you know, we're not here for that.
This moment turns uncomfortable fast. Conversations drift away from the kids and into personal choices, and the judge shuts that down immediately. Why? Because none of that helps the children. Courts don't care about lifestyle flexes or side stories. They care about consistency, presence, and support. When distractions start piling up, it usually means the core responsibility has been neglected.
Okay, Miss Daniels.
Yes, Judge. I'm sorry.
Excuse me.
Judge, I'm sorry.
Are you here to be pretty, or are you here to tell me your side of the story as to why you shouldn't pay child support today?
A little bit of both, Judge. But I'm
not interested in whether you're here to be pretty or not. That has nothing to do with my ruling. You understand that, right?
I do, Judge.
All right,
But
so
I should be
let's
pretty for you.
Well, let's stick to the facts. I could care less how you look.
Okay, Judge. Let's get to the facts.
Please do.
Here's where the focus sharpens. The judge makes it clear, looks don't matter, excuses don't matter, only facts do. Family court isn't about image, it's about numbers and needs. If you're here to argue finances, You better be ready to explain them clearly. And when someone struggles to do that, the court starts drawing its own conclusions.
Okay, well, here's the deal. You petitioned.
Yeah.
He showed up. You
He did.
didn't. I dismissed
I had an
it.
opportunity, Judge. Had to take it.
Okay. And could you do me a favor? Could you, if you're going, I don't allow gum chewing, but if you don't have anywhere to put it, I would suggest
Can I
you
swallow?
at least.
I'm good at that. Yeah.
Okay.
Now you see.
What?
Mr. Clough, Ms. Daniels, continue, please.
Well, that's why I petitioned the court. I do apologize for not showing up, Judge.
This is a key turning point. Mom admits she previously filed, but didn't show up. That's huge. Courts don't ignore missed hearings. When you walk away from your own case, you lose leverage. The judge spells it out plainly. Opportunities were given, and they weren't taken. If you had your chance and didn't use it, should the court bend again?
What kind of come up we talking about?
Well, Judge, I met a man who said he can change my life, Judge.
All right, so how financially, did he change this life of yours?
Not too much.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Clough,
I know.
Mr. Clough. We don't know, let's hear her side of the story because I'm pretty sure she's gonna say some interesting stuff about finances.
Judge, Clough don't know nothing. Listen, understand that I got at least, 6 figures in the bank.
Oh, okay.
Had
You know.
6 figures in the bank.
You said what now?
Mr. Clough, again,
Federal doesn't take
I'm
it.
not,
I put it on
excuse me,
cease.
Miss Daniels.
Now we hear about a so-called financial come up. Big claims, vague details. Judges hear this all the time, and they're trained to separate confidence from proof. Saying your life changed means nothing unless the numbers back it up. This is where storytelling meets scrutiny. And when the story starts wobbling, the pressure rises fast.
Again, continue.
So, like I said,
No, let me direct you really quick. You're getting ready to talk about these 6 figures you have in the bank.
I do.
All right, how much money we talking?
We talking about, 300-400. You know what I'm saying?
Bullshit. Sorry.
I said no more outbursts.
I was coughing. I'm sorry.
It's true.
It's your allergies.
Yeah.
Handle that. You
Handle.
need some tissue?
No. No, thank you.
Okay. Ms. Daniels, that's what you have in the bank. How much money are you making annually?
Watch how the judge narrows the conversation. No estimates. No hype. Just averages. Courts don't calculate support on best days or worst days. They use reasonable income. When someone avoids a straight answer, the court often defaults to the higher end. And that's a risk. Would you gamble your monthly obligation on vague math?
What do we
I am
do?
self-employed.
All right.
I do influence.
What do you influence?
I influence the world.
You clearly aren't influencing. You said the world?
The world.
Well, that doesn't include these 5 children because you don't even go and see them, right?
It's just been the last couple months.
Well,
okay?
no, excuse me. Excuse me.
Yes, sir.
You're influencing everyone but these children that you do not have anything to do with and you do not financially support.
They're getting
You
hot up
said
in
they
here.
were with you. Excuse me?
It's hot. I'm
What are
sorry.
we doing here? What are we doing here?
It's getting hot.
She
in
trying
here.
to show you what she had
The
done.
BBL?
Yeah.
I'm not interested in the BBL. Let me tell you what I'm about to do.
This is one of the most telling moments. Influencing the world sounds impressive until the judge points out the children aren't being supported. In family court, words mean nothing without follow-through. You can't claim success while neglecting responsibility. That contradiction hits hard, and it changes how the entire case is viewed.
All right. So your child support, you're looking at monthly. So with your testimony being on the high end of $100,000, that's what I just based your child support off of. So, I was going to make it higher than that and do it like the $350,000. Then that would make you cap out. But
I think you should do that.
well,
No.
I have to accept her testimony is true, but I don't really think that it's going to help her too much because her child support is still going to.
Here's the payoff. The judge does the math, clearly, calmly, and publicly. Income, percentages, insurance, reimbursement. No emotion, just law. The final amount isn't punishment, it's obligation. And once the numbers are set, there's no debating them. This is what happens when the court decides accountability can't wait any longer.
Want me to know that's related to this?
Judge, briefly about visitation. How does that work?
The kids are going to stay with him and you guys are going to work that out at a
we don't get
different.
along very well, as you can see.
Well, obviously, but I mean, they need to stay with him and probably see you on weekends if you're so busy.
That's my busiest time, Judge. I can't do weekends. Maybe Monday to Tuesday.
Well, they go to school.
Right, and I'm at work.
Are you going to get them to school?
No.
I can't.
You can't get them to school.
She don't have a car.
You don't have a car?
She make all that
please.
money,
Oh, you a lie.
but ain't got no car.
You better go see the rose outside.
What kind of roses? I love roses. What color?
I just said rose, like rose gold color.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
because I know we weren't talking about that other one. But
no, we're
anywho,
not
that's
good.
neither here nor there. Is there anything further, Mr. Cliff?
I think that's all, Your Honor.
All right. Well, if there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
In the end, the kids stay where stability exists, support is ordered, and excuses are left behind. This case wasn't about winning, it was about responsibility catching up. One parent showed consistency, the other showed contradictions, and the court responded accordingly. If this case stunned you too, drop your take in the comments, hit like, and subscribe for more real courtroom drama just like this.
This is the case of the Carters.
Thank you. You all may be seated. Mr. Carter, it looks like you brought this case, so what's going on?
Yes, Your Honor. I am a manager at an urban.
Alright guys, this one's gonna hit hard, because it's not the usual deadbeat parent story. We've got a veteran dad making $35,000 still paying support, while mom's alleged to be pulling six figures and not paying a dime. The twist. Custody says split, but real life says something else. So here's the question. When the schedule on paper doesn't match the parenting in real life, who should the court believe?
Clothing store, and I only make $35,000 a year, and I'm paying child support. Toward my ex-wife here, she is a dental assistant, and also she does Herbalife distribution, and she's making a little over 200 grand a year. And I just need a little help because she's not doing child support at all, and it's a struggle for me right now. I'm a retired U.S. veteran, and it's just.
Notice what dad does first. He lays out the numbers and the struggle. That matters in family court because support is about ability to pay and actual expenses. And him being a retired veteran adds weight. Fixed income, real bills, real pressure. But mom instantly goes character attack with casinos. So ask yourself, when someone dodges the money conversation and attacks your habits, does that make them look honest or defensive?
Who is paying child support in this case?
And I have custody of my boys.
He's paying child support. It looks like you guys split custody. So it says Sunday through 1 week with one parent, and then Sunday.
Well,
through
here's the
next
thing,
week.
Your Honor.
Here's the legal landmine. The judge sees split custody paperwork, but dad says the kids have been with him 7 weeks straight. In child support cases, time sharing is everything, because more overnights usually means more cost. If one parent quietly disappears from the schedule, that can flip the entire support calculation. Would you still call it split custody if one parent basically isn't showing up?
He has not seen the kids in 7 weeks.
Sir, when I address her, you stop talking.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ma'am, you see this man right here? He will make sure that you are escorted out of this courtroom. We do not need any more loud outbursts. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Thank you. Now you.
And boom, the judge checks the behavior. That warning about being escorted out? That's the court saying, I run this room, not your emotions. When someone's loud, interrupting, or reactive, judges often see it as a credibility issue. Because if you can't control yourself for 5 minutes in court, how stable are things outside court? Be real. Did that outburst change how you see her?
You may continue, sir.
She goes on vacation. She's out of town all the time. I've had my boys for 7 weeks straight. She hasn't seen her boys in 7 weeks.
7 weeks straight. Wait a minute. You guys are supposed to be alternating weeks, because if the children are with him 7 weeks straight, that means his expenses are increasing.
This is the moment the judge locks in. 7 weeks straight with dad means dad's expenses went up. Food, rides, school needs, everything. Courts don't just punish, they rebalance based on who is actually carrying the load. If mom wants the benefits of a split schedule, she has to show up for the responsibilities too. What would you do if you were parenting full-time while the other parent traveled?
And based on the paperwork that you provided from your employer, it says here you make about $125,000 as, what is it, where is it that you're working?
I work for a dental firm,
Okay.
and we make a lot of different castings and models for false teeth and implants. However, Your Honor, when I've been out, it's because I've been doing training.
Okay, that's great.
So I can-
No one is disputing whether or not you're doing training, but according to the documents that you provided, you make about $125,000 at your main job, and then an additional $25,000 doing Herbalife on the side. So that amounts to about $150,000.
Now the judge goes straight to documents, because proof beats opinion. The paperwork says Mom makes about $125,000 at her main job plus $25,000 side income. That's huge. And legally, child support is often based on total income, not just one paycheck. Meanwhile, Dad's at $35,000. So the judge's question is deadly simple. Why is the lower earner still paying support if he has the kids more?
Me to do.
I'm just letting you know that
I don't need to know what you're letting me know. I need for you to answer my question. Is that what you're asking me to do? Allow this man to keep paying child support, and you're making excuse me, that's my job, thanks. You make $150,000.
Listen to the judge here. I don't need what you're letting me know. Answer my question. That's courtroom translation for stop dodging. Judges hate circles. They want yes/no clarity because support orders affect real children. If a person avoids direct answers, the court starts assuming they're trying to protect themselves, not the kids. Do you think she's avoiding accountability, or is she genuinely confused?
$1,000 a year.
I pay for the boys' private school. They have private piano lessons. I pay for I pay their
Excuse me,
health
Your Honor.
insurance.
Excuse me, Your Honor. Both of my boys are on scholarship.
Okay, that's beside the point here. Ma'am, you guys have a split custody arrangement. You understand that, right?
Yes, I do.
Not in all cases does somebody have to pay child support, because it's up to me to decide if someone pays child support or someone doesn't pay it.
This is a common myth. I pay for extras, so support shouldn't apply. But the court looks at fairness between households. Even if kids get piano lessons with one parent, it doesn't fix the fact that at the other house, basic life might be tight. Support isn't about flexing expenses, it's about balanced quality of life. If one home is Disneyland and the other is survival mode, is that really okay for the kids?
What type of things are you able to afford to do with your boys? And taking into account your bills and everything like that?
After bills and everything is taken care of, after my boys are fed, luckily give them some clothes that they need to go outside and play at the park. Maybe Six Flags every now and again.
Okay, ma'am, what are some of the things that you're able to do with the boys?
As much as I can when he allows them to come over.
You know what? See, you're playing games. Let me ask you the question. What has she done with the boys?
She takes them to Paris. They go overseas.
Paris?
They've been on
never been to
Disney
Paris.
cruises. Every time she gets them, they're going somewhere special and fancy.
This section is pure emotional contrast. Dad says, park, clothes, maybe Six Flags sometimes. Then he describes Mom taking them overseas and Disney cruises. And you can feel the judge processing what that means. The kids live in two different worlds depending on whose week it is. That can mess with a child's emotions, feeling rich in one house and limited in the other. Would that mess with you as a kid?
Whoa.
Well, I mean, it would make sense if you were making $150,000
And she just
a
lucked
year,
up
right?
on her job, Your Honor. So just to be
And this
quite
is
honest.
considering he's living in my $350,000 house that he doesn't pay any type of mortgage at all whatsoever.
You have a $350,000, ma'am.
He lives in the $350,000.
He lives in it, but you
house,
own
Your
it, right?
Honor.
You own it. You
And
have
he
all
doesn't
of
pay
this
any
money.
bills.
You have all of the, but the kids have been with him for 7 weeks, ma'am.
Because
at a
I
time.
was doing training so I can continue to send them to the private schools that they attend
Well,
and
On
have
a
the best
scholarship.
and the finest
On a
things.
scholarship.
That's great. But you know what?
Mom tries the classic angle. He lives in my $350,000 house. He pays nothing. But here's the issue. Support is about the kids' needs and income fairness, not courtroom bragging rights. Also, if dad has the kids 7 weeks straight, he's still paying in time, care, and daily costs. A roof doesn't pay for food, school, gas, and life. Do you think that Howe's argument helps her or makes her look petty?
Case. Understood? So you have 2 children that are involved in this case we're here about, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So what we're going to do is offset the child support based on the amount of money that you make. You understand that? Ma'am, do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Because you're giving me this look like you're confused on what's going on here. Okay, so based on this, I did an offset of what you would make and what your child support obligation should be a month. So your child support obligation comes out to $1,456 a month. That is to be paid each month on the first.
This is the legal heart of the case. The judge says we'll do an offset. That means the court calculates what each parent should pay based on income, then subtracts one obligation from the other, so the higher earner ends up paying the difference. Also, the judge shuts down the "I support my sister's kids" claim, because legally, that's not part of this case. In your opinion, is the offset method the fairest way to handle split custody?
Of each month, and those payments are going to be allocated to Mr. Carter. Ma'am, it's not fair to your children that at dad's house they're not able to do as much as they are to do with you. And it's not to punish you for having a great job. That's awesome. However, when you think about what's in the best interest of these children, they can't go to Disneyland and do all of that with dad. Did you ever stop to make it, ask your kids how they feel about that? It's not fair they get to do everything with you and not with dad. And he only makes $35,000 a year.
Your Honor, I understand, but when I was out getting education, he decided to run around and chase everything that had legs.
This has
Okay, well,
nothing
you
to do
know
with
what?
nothing.
You know what? You guys need to be in a different court for that. That has nothing to do with me. Anything else pertaining to these children and the money's here? Anything else?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else from you?
No,
okay,
no.
thank
And there it is, $1,456 per month, paid to dad on the first, because the judge is aiming for one thing. The kids' lives shouldn't feel unequal depending on whose house they're in. The judge even says it's not punishment for success, it's about the children's best interests. And when mom tries to drag the relationship drama back in, the judge cuts it off fast. Wrong court, wrong issue. If this case stunned you too, drop your take in the comments, hit like, and subscribe for more courtroom drama like this.
You all may be seated. Okay, Mr. McIntosh, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, I think she needs to pay child support.
Okay, just straight like that?
Yeah, straight. I want to get straight to the point. I just want nothing to do with it. I just want child support.
All right, guys. This one's gonna hit hard because dad walks in with one cold demand. Child support, no emotions, no backstory, or so he thinks. But the judge immediately senses something off. Do you even know her? And that's the warning sign. When someone's story is too clean, the court starts digging. Question is, are we about to see a real support case or a breakup revenge case in disguise?
Well, it started off like every other fairy tale, everything was hot, bad, everything cooking good, good loving. So we got a kid.
Okay.
We say, okay, so when the kid arrived, that kind of changed. Dad got...
He starts describing the relationship like a movie, then flips into, I got put on the back burner after the child arrived. And right here is the first contradiction. A parent is overwhelmed, and his focus is still, what about me? The judge is listening for parenting, not ego. Because in family court, your feelings matter, but the child's needs matter more. Be honest. Did that complaint make you sympathize or side-eye him?
Yeah, I'm not understanding. I say, what happened to dad? You let the kid go to sleep or something. Don't just forget about me. So it was all about, I got the baby. No, put the baby to bed.
Well, you wanted to tend to the baby, right?
Yeah, what else I'm gonna do?
Well, not that much. Don't just forget about me.
I mean, it's
You forgot about
help
daddy.
around the house. It's just
It's
all
a
about the
child,
baby.
though.
It's just all about the baby.
The baby don't
what
know
happened to
better.
baby?
Yeah, but you can't forget about daddy.
Exactly.
Forgot
What's the
about
baby
daddy.
gonna do? You an adult.
See, forget about it. See what I'm talking about?
It's a child.
Cannot forget about dad. And once that's a baby. That baby sleep 8 hours a day.
No, still gotta feed the baby. I gotta make sure the baby's clothes and everything. There's a lot of work to put into taking care of a kid.
There really
You an
is.
adult.
When he says, the baby sleeps 8 hours, the judge shuts it down fast, because that's not how parenting works. Feeding, diapers, laundry, doctor visits, there's no off switch. The court is basically testing. Does he understand what it takes to raise a child? And if he doesn't respect the work, how can he claim he deserves full custody? What would you do if your partner minimized parenting like that?
You say at first, how long were y'all together?
6 years.
That's a long time to be together.
Yeah. But then the baby just popped up and I'm like, she forgot about me. And so I try to, let me take care of the baby. Let me let you rest so you can start back paying attention to me.
All right.
And that don't seem.
Do y'all still live together?
That don't. No. That don't seem to.
Not anymore.
All right.
Not anymore.
Okay. How old is the child now? I'm assuming it's not a baby anymore.
The child's about 6.
6. Okay.
Yeah. Had him right off. Right. Kind of early.
Okay.
And that kind of, I think that kind of threw it off a little bit by us having the kid so early. And it should have waited a little while, but hey.
6 years together, and he still talks like he just discovered responsibility yesterday. The judge is trying to steer him toward facts, custody, stability, support, not relationship drama. Then he blames having a child too early, like it was an accident that happened to him. That mindset matters in court, because judges look for accountability. Did that line change how serious you take his request?
What you said.
Exactly,
Yeah.
that's serious. Postpartum is a serious thing to go through. So of
It
course
is.
it's going to be a
Now,
disconnect.
not for 5 years.
How you going to tell a woman that postpartum is something that's terrible to go through? How you never been through it? So how do you know?
Yeah, I'm waiting on that explanation too.
Please tell
Well,
me.
I don't know. I don't know. But all I know is I help out to try to, help out with the baby to try to understand what you're going through. That's why I
It's
try. That's why I
mental
take.
issues,
That's why I
that's
try
the
to.
thing.
Now we hit a heavy legal and human moment. Postpartum depression. The judge calls it serious, and also calls him out. How do you know if you've never been through it? That's the courtroom demanding empathy and facts, not assumptions. Because depression isn't laziness, it can be dangerous. If you were in her shoes and your partner dismissed your mental health, would you ever feel safe with them again?
But you need to be able to tend to me and the child and try to understand where I'm coming from, because depression is a mental thing. There's medication. Some people have suicidal thoughts. You don't even know you never even tried to ask me what I was going through or how I even felt.
She makes a good point.
Okay. I'll
So
take that.
it takes a lot. It takes a lot for you to understand where I'm coming from. You can't just assume, okay, I'm not just trying to tend to you. I have to tend to my mental health and my child. That takes a lot of work.
But I can't read your mind. I don't know.
But you never tried to even talk to her, try to understand me from that point.
She explains it clearly. Mental health plus parenting is a real fight. Meds, dark thoughts, emotional collapse. And she says he never even asked how she felt. That's not just sadness, it's a support system failing. The judge even admits, she makes a good point. In family court, the parent who shows awareness usually gains credibility. Question, was this her defending herself, or exposing what he didn't want said out loud?
Did the two of you come here to waste my time?
I mean, he's the one that called it in here. I'm just here. I mean, he obviously wanted me to do something.
Obviously, and I'm just trying to get to what
He's
that
wasting
something
both of our
is.
times.
I want full custody and I want child support.
When the judge asks, did the two of you come here to waste my time? That's code for, this case is drifting. Courts don't exist to settle relationship arguments. They exist to decide custody and support based on the child's reality. And the judge is about to force the issue. Who has the child, who's stable, and who's playing games? If you were the judge, would you let this keep spiraling?
Okay.
I'm gonna get full
The
custody
child
while
live
I'm
with
taking
you?
care of the kid.
It's kind of between right about now. But I think I could take care of him better since she can't keep a
I've
job.
been with the kid longer, so I mean, I'm not working right now, so I'm at home with the kid all the time.
So if she's not working, she behind bars.
Wait a minute. Behind bar.
Yeah,
wait a minute, Mr.
I agree with
McIntosh. Let me move over here to her so I can
okay.
hear her side of the story. What is this?
He suddenly upgrades the demand, full custody and child support, but then admits he's not working. That's already risky, because quitting a job can backfire in support court. And then, boom, she behind bars. That twist changes everything. Now we're talking custody safety, criminal case context, and who's actually caring for the child day to day. Did you expect this case to turn criminal that fast?
Behind bars.
Well, because of how he's been feeling, okay, he's been feeling neglected because I was having issues with depression and taking care of my kids. So he decided to step out. So, you know, me and my girl did some digging and I found out he stepped out on me. So you know what? I had to find out where the girl went, where she worked at.
So you went and found his new girlfriend?
I worked her butt.
He did not have to jump on it.
While she was at work?
I did. Because he's not about to play me after all this stuff I've been doing with his kid. He's not about to do that.
That's a little ratchet.
Yeah,
No
so
reason.
I did. I did.
There was no reason.
There's nothing
That
else
was
I can
uncalled
do.
for.
I did it.
So you have a case pending on you?
I do. Unfortunately, I do. But you don't cheat on me after all this work I've been putting in taking care of your child. You gonna cheat on me? No, it's not gonna.
She explains the arrest came from a confrontation after she discovered he stepped out. The judge even calls it a little ratchet, but notices something important. She still has a case, and someone bailed her out, meaning she's not abandoned, she has support. Here's the uncomfortable part. The story shifts from neglect to he cheated and chaos followed. Would you see her as unstable, or as someone reacting to betrayal during depression?
You should talk to your sister. You won't talk to me.
Because you don't even try
sister,
to.
but you can't talk to
You don't
me.
even try. I tried to talk to you.
It seems like you guys can't really talk to each other without getting
Obviously
into
not,
it.
because you don't even try to listen to
I'll
me.
go back to
No.
my original
Yeah.
question. So who does the child stay with majority of the
Me.
time?
He stays with me, Your Honor.
Okay, so you said that the baby was better off with you because she has a assault case.
She got a assault case.
But she didn't
can't
do it in
keep a
front of
job.
the-
She can't keep a job.
How
Okay,
can I
what do
keep
you
a
do
job
for a
when I'm taking
living?
care of kids?
I'm in the entertainment business.
What does that mean?
I produce.
Yeah, he
What are you
producing, all right.
producing?
I got several artists.
Now the judge drills into the key legal fact. Who has the child most of the time? Because support and custody don't get decided on vibes. They get decided on living arrangements and stability. He claims mom can't keep a job, but she's the primary caregiver. Then he says he's in entertainment, producing artists, making 80 to 85K, yet he quit his job. That contradiction is deadly. Income claims versus employment choices. What sounds more stable to you?
So the child lives with her.
Stays with me.
Okay. Why didn't you file anything for today for child support?
I wasn't thinking, Your Honor. I didn't want to be malicious towards him or anything, so I didn't feel a need I had to. So that's just where I stand on that.
Okay. Is your sister also helping you with that criminal
She is.
case?
She is.
Okay.
And she also helps me watch the kid if I'm needing to do anything, like any grocery shopping or anything. She helps me.
All right. So where does dad come in?
I mean, he's rarely around. I mean, he's doing his little producing thing and stuff and meeting up with late women and stuff. You know, that's why I had this little charge. So, I mean, that's what he's doing.
It's a little charge.
I mean, it's an assault charge, but I mean, it is what it is at this point. It already happened, so.
Okay. I do agree with that. Well, sir, I'm not going to grant your request for child support today.
I am not manipulating women. You got one girlfriend and you jumped on
You
her.
are. No, there's
You tell the
plenty
judge
more.
about your sister.
It's
She going
plenty
back to
more.
jail.
It's plenty more.
Oh,
How you
okay.
know?
Well, guess what? I
Have
don't have
sources.
time to hear about all of these little rendezvous today. I have other things to do, and you obviously came here to waste my time. So I'm going to deny your relief, like I said, and dismiss your case because it's obvious that the child stays with mom primarily. You didn't dispute it when she said it. Therefore, I don't have a choice but.
Here's the legal hammer. The judge denies his request and dismisses the case because the child primarily lives with mom, and he didn't dispute it when she said it. That matters. In court, silence can look like agreement. Then the judge warns him, if mom had filed today, he could have been put on support at his 80 to 85K income range immediately. That's the court saying, you came for relief, but you almost got flipped into paying. Would that wake you up?
To dismiss it. And mom, on the other hand, if she comes back in here and says she wants child support because had she filed something today, you would actually be placed on child support today.
Me?
But yes, you at that $80,000 to $85,000 range because the child lives with her. She's telling the truth, isn't she?
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm pretty sure she's telling the truth about the other stuff too. But
No,
that's none of my business.
No.
So, is there anything further today, Mr. McIntosh?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Is there anything further, ma'am?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, if there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Thank you.
So the case ends with a clean dismissal, because Dad's story didn't match the reality. Mom has the child, Dad couldn't prove otherwise, and the judge wasn't here for relationship chaos. The real lesson: family court rewards facts, not feelings, and if you walk in unprepared, you can walk out worse than you came. If this case stunned you too, drop your take in the comments, hit like, and subscribe for more courtroom drama like this.
Okay, Mrs. Harper, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, basically, I am leaving Mr. Harper because I have reason to believe that he's been involved with other women, and we have 2 children. We've only been married 2 years,
Okay.
and I'm devastated.
All right. How old are your children?
They are 2 and 6 months.
All right, guys. This one's gonna hit hard because it starts as a he's cheating divorce claim, but it quickly turns into a full financial breakdown. 2 tiny kids, 2 years old and 6 months, and a lifestyle built on a high-earning business. Mom wants to leave with the children and keep everything stable, but the way she asks for it is about to trigger the judge's reality check. Question: is she protecting the kids or protecting the lifestyle?
I have reason to believe. What do you mean by that?
Well, you know, we're in the pool business. My husband, soon to be ex-husband, is in the pool business, and you know, he's going out to these pools after they're finished. I mean, these women are in their bikinis. They're laying out. Why does he need to be over there? He's saying that he's just servicing. I don't know what he's servicing.
Servicing the pool after hours?
That's a good question. So, yeah, I mean, I looked at his phone one day. I mean, it was just because I needed to check on something because I'm in the business too. I'm the secretary.
Okay.
And there's these women, these customers that are texting him. And I mean, it was, I can't even repeat what some of these texts
The customers that are in the swimsuit?
She paints a vivid picture: pool jobs, bikinis, servicing after hours, and texts she can't even repeat. That's explosive emotionally, but legally, the court still needs proof and relevance. Because support isn't punishment for flirting, it's about children and fairness. Still, those late-night texts create a trust collapse, and that matters in a marriage. Be honest, if you saw messages like that, would you confront or walk out immediately?
Okay. And so what are you seeking here today?
Well, basically, I just can't bring my children up in this kind of situation. And I basically want to leave with the children. And, you know, he makes a lot of money. Our business makes a lot of money. But when I leave, I'm not going to have that. So I need to keep the lifestyle that my children and I have had. They go to private school, and we have a nanny. And so I need to continue that so that their lives aren't disturbed. And we live in a house, $500,000, and I need to maintain something similar so that it's not a big.
Here's the real ask. She wants to leave with the kids and keep the same standard: private school, nanny, and a $500,000 home situation. That's not automatically gold digging, but the court will test whether it's need-based or comfort-based. Judges care about stability for kids, yes, but they also care about both parents contributing. Did this moment change how you see her? As a mom seeking security, or someone asking for a blank check?
Okay, let me ask you a couple of questions. Private school, do you all pay tuition for that?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. How much is it? If you were to break it down monthly, because I know tuition sometimes isn't a monthly thing.
It's about $1,800 a month.
$1,800. What kind of private school is it?
It's a good private school.
Oh my gosh. They teaching the baby how to drive?
Well, the baby's not there yet, but he will
Well,
be.
the 2-year-old, right?
Well,
That's still a baby for $1,800.
It's a tuitional. I mean, you grow with the school, so.
Does the tuition payment grow too?
No.
Oh, okay. So it stays at $1,800.
It stays, yeah.
Okay.
Once they're accepted, they're accepted.
When she says private school is $1,800 a month, the judge's reaction tells you everything. We're leaving emotion and entering math. Courts don't run on vibes, they run on numbers. And when the judge starts breaking things monthly, that's a setup for a support order. This is the part where people get shocked, because the judge isn't judging the marriage. The judge is pricing the consequences.
$150 a month. What about the nanny? How much does she cost monthly?
I think he pays most of the bills, so he can probably answer that better.
Okay. Have you already started looking at other homes, other apartments, or anything like that?
Yeah, you know, there's a couple other homes in the neighborhood that I'd really like to move into. I think that would be the least disruptive to me and to the kids.
Okay.
So, yeah. And
would you be renting out those homes?
Basically, I would like to buy one.
Okay.
So that we can maintain the same lifestyle that we've had.
Okay. If you were to buy a home, the homes that you were looking at, what are you looking at on mortgage?
About $3,000 a month.
Okay.
But again, I mean, I would think he would need to pay the majority of that.
Okay. So you want him to buy you a home, you and the children a home?
I mean, I would call it spousal support. Yeah.
Okay.
Now we're talking nanny cost, buying a new home, and a $3,000 mortgage, and she's basically saying he should pay most of it. That's where the judge calls it out. So you want him to buy you a home? That's not sarcasm. It's the court testing reasonableness. Spousal support is meant to help you transition, not permanently upgrade you. If you were the judge, would you fund a lifestyle or fund stability?
Well, there's no excuses about any of the women. I had developed this business long before we got married.
Okay.
And we've been married a couple of years. And I've worked hard to get this business to where it is. I've got a great staff. I've got a great team of crews out there working. And you know, one of the things that I do is I go out and I make sure the work's quality work so I can put my name on it. Do I take care of my clients after we've put in a pool? Absolutely.
Well, your definition of taking care, is it what she's thinking?
No.
Okay.
It's I maintain contact with my clients, and they contact me if there's an issue, if they've got questions.
He maintains contact.
And I go out and I see those clients because that tends to give me more referral business. And I'm not having to spend as much on marketing and advertising as I would if I didn't have that referral business.
Okay.
Dad comes in calm. I maintain client contact for referrals. That's a legit business strategy. Repeat clients and referrals reduce marketing costs. But the judge drills into the key issue. Why are women texting, "Come over, I'll be laying out"? He says clients, tell me whatever, but the optics are bad. In court, perception matters because it affects credibility. Would you buy the business-only explanation if you saw those texts?
Why they're laying out?
Well, I mean, if they're out by their pool, they're out by their pool. That has nothing to do with my business.
Do you join them in the pool?
No.
Okay.
I saw a picture. One of those texts had a picture of you in the pool.
I don't.
What were you doing in the pool? You were checking the depth?
I don't remember ever seeing that picture. So now I will say this: she has imagined a lot of stuff that goes on.
She has a good imagination.
Very good.
Oh,
and
okay.
This is where his story wobbles. She says there's a photo of him in the pool from those texts, and he says he doesn't remember. That's a classic credibility clash. Direct claim versus vague denial. Judges notice that. If you're innocent, you usually deny clearly. If you're unsure, it can look like you're hiding. Question: is he forgetting or strategically avoiding an answer?
she does work part-time as the secretary, but her primary job is to take care of the kids.
Okay, so you agree with everything she said about taking care of the kids and everything like that?
And she does a fairly good job when she's there.
Oh, what does that mean?
Primarily, the nanny does all the work for taking care of the kids.
Speaking of the nanny, how much do you pay her a month?
We're actually paying her probably a little less than what we deserve, but it's probably about $1,200 a month.
Okay.
And
So you make pretty good money. How much money do you make in this pool business?
When he says she has a good imagination, he's trying to frame her as irrational. But she lands a hard emotional line. I imagined he was a good guy when I said I do. That's pain, and it can make the court more sympathetic, even if infidelity isn't the legal focus. Still, emotional credibility and legal credibility aren't always the same thing. Did that comeback make you feel for her, or did it feel like courtroom theatrics?
well, I've been averaging about 280 a year.
But
so
it could be higher
it could be,
or could be lower?
It depends on the market.
Okay.
He's not even being truthful about that. He makes over 300.
He makes over 300? Okay. Is that true, Mr. Harper?
No, that's not true.
So where did she get that from?
Well, I mean, it's her lifestyle. I mean, she likes going out and with her girlfriends and having her lunches and having her, you know, her spa days and
Therapy sessions.
You know, she pay. You know, I pay
You
for.
call your spa days therapy sessions?
No, I'm going to therapy because of what he's putting me through.
Oh, okay. You sure it's not what your imagination is putting you through?
I imagine
Because he said you are imagining all of this.
I imagined he was a good guy too a couple of years ago when I said I do. So yeah, only in that do I have a good imagination.
Oh, okay.
So not only do I maintain the house and maintain the bills and take care of all that, I also have the kids on my insurance, her on my insurance.
How much is the insurance for just the children?
$309.
$309, okay.
Yeah. And, you know,
Now we get the hard facts. Nanny $1,200, kids insurance $309, and his income around $280,000. Those numbers shift the power dynamic instantly. Then he pivots to attack. She hands everything to the nanny. She lives cozy. This is a strategy. Paint her as dependent to reduce spousal support sympathy. But the judge protects the process. Let him speak. That control matters. Who sounds more credible to you right now?
we've got a nice house. I'd like to keep I'd like to keep the kids, you know, with me.
No.
And make sure they're taken care of because she's too busy taking care of herself.
All right. But your work schedule, would that permit you to have the children on a full-time basis?
It would be difficult, but I would see it, make sure it happened.
So wouldn't it be in the best interest of the children for them to just stay with mom like they've always been doing?
Well, if mom would stay with them, yeah, I would agree with that. But it's, like I said, it's primarily the nanny.
But you're paying for the nanny, so it would be the same difference if you were to have them. Well, no, they would be with the nanny more if they were with you.
Possibly.
So you could potentially be paying the nanny more if the children were with you. Yeah.
He says he'd like to keep the kids, but admits his schedule makes it difficult. And then the judge asks the real question. Isn't it best they stay with mom like they always have? That's the best interest of the children, standard in action. He also admits the nanny does most work, yet he pays for the nanny. The judge is basically weighing, who provides day-to-day stability? If you were deciding custody, what would matter more, money or time?
This is what I am going to do. I definitely think that your wife has grounds. She's eligible to receive some sort of spousal maintenance, especially if she no longer wishes to remain in the home with you. Had she wished to remain in the home, this would probably be a different type of situation. She may still be entitled to some spousal maintenance, just probably not as much. So what I'm going to do is to order you pay spousal maintenance to your wife, and it's not going to be anything that's, you know, forever, ma'am. I just want you to understand that. It will definitely be a temporary situation, at least to get you on your feet so you can look for a job, find suitable living arrangements for the children and everything like that. So
Here comes the legal heart. The judge says she has grounds and qualifies for temporary spousal maintenance. Not forever, just long enough to get on her feet. That's the point of spousal support. Transition, not lifetime dependency. Then the judge shifts to child support first, because kids are the priority. This is a courtroom balancing act. Protect the children, stabilize the household, and push the other spouse toward independence.
spousal maintenance is going to be in the amount of $4,500. I gave you a credit for that $309. with the health insurance. So that brings your monthly obligation for child support and spousal maintenance to $6,800 a month, which I believe is pretty fair. I mean, you've been maintaining the nanny, you've been maintaining the private school. Nothing should change when it comes to the children. But as far as you're concerned, I do believe that part of that responsibility should be yours in terms of paying the mortgage. And I just want to reiterate, this is only temporary. So you start working, you make decent living. The children, for whatever reason, are no longer in private school, or the nanny is for whatever reason removed. He can come back and petition the court and ask for something different. And there's a high likelihood his payment of spousal support to you may be removed. So I just want to make sure I'm clear about that.
So what if it takes me a year to get a job?
Well,
Probably take longer than that.
I hope it wouldn't take you years, ma'am. At that point, you're just being spoiled, must I say. It should not take you years to find a job. If it takes you years to find a job, that means you are intentionally not actively looking for a job. And if he comes back in here, and that is the case, I will surely make sure that he stops paying you spousal maintenance. Okay? Is there anything further?
No.
You have any other questions, sir?
No, ma'am.
Okay. If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Thank you.
So the judge orders a structured plan, child support based on capped income rules, plus continued payments for nanny and private school and temporary spousal maintenance, bringing the total to about $6,800 a month. But the judge makes it crystal clear, if she drags her feet on getting a job, that support can be cut. This wasn't a reward, it was a bridge. If this case stunned you too, drop your take in the comments, hit like, and subscribe for more courtroom drama like this.
Okay, so run this to me, Judge. How much am I looking to be paying per month?
$2,969 a month.
But that's a break, because you said you give me $10,000. So that's a whole break.
All right, guys. This one's going to hit hard because we start with a number, $2,969 a month, and somebody's already acting like it's a break. But the judge isn't here for flexing or side comments. This case is about one thing. Are the kids being supported the way the court ordered? And when a parent tries to play cute in support court, it usually backfires fast. What would you do if your co-parent treated child support like a joke? This is a serious legal warning. The judge gives him 30 days to enroll the kids in cheaper insurance, or he'll be forced to reimburse $250 a month. That's the court saying, fix it now, or pay for ignoring it. And notice, she says, we'll be back, but the judge stays neutral. Enforcement is about compliance, not threats. Question, if you had a clear deadline like that, would you handle it, or gamble and hope she doesn't return?
Okay, Mr. Hall brought you to court, Ms. Doug, and you were served to be here. It looks like he was wanting a reduction in his child support. He actually wrote he had receipts in the petition. So, do you know anything about that?
Well, apparently he's Casper.
Okay.
Because he ain't showed up. So, I mean, he's clearly wasting my time. He was clubbing last night.
Now the plot flips. He filed for a reduction, and he doesn't even show up. That's a bad look in any court, but especially family court, because it screams irresponsibility. The judge has cases stacked, and wasting court time is a fast way to lose credibility. And the mom's frustration feels real. She had to arrange childcare just to be here. Did this moment change how you see him? Serious father, or just performative?
So maybe he just couldn't get up.
Okay.
I don't know.
Because he did say something, he was a promoter, a rapper or something, right?
He a rapper.
Okay.
He needs to wrap himself around the job. But anyway.
That was not nice.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm frustrated.
I understand your frustration. You had to be here today. He didn't show up, obviously. So,
and I'm paying for a sitter, but okay.
Mom says he was clubbing, had a show, and calls him a rapper. The judge even checks the tone, because disrespect doesn't help, but frustration is understandable. What matters legally is consistency. If you're asking for less money, you need to show the court you're responsible and present. Instead, he's absent again. If you were the judge, would you reward someone who can't even show up to argue their own case?
He said he wants a reduction in child support. You know anything about that?
Yeah, but I don't think he deserves to get a reduction, Your Honor.
So tell me about that.
Okay, so last time you told him that he needed to put the kids on medical insurance.
Right.
He has failed to do so. The kids are still on my medical. Not only that, he's not picking them up for the visitation. I'm still paying people to help me as far as like sitters and take the kids to and from school.
Okay.
I have some proof right here.
Here comes the core claim. He failed to get health insurance, isn't picking up for visitation, and she's paying sitters and school transport on top of everything. That's huge because support isn't just about income, it's about actual costs and whether a parent is sharing the workload. If one parent disappears from parenting time, the other parent's expenses rise. Question: should support go down when someone isn't even doing their part?
Of the things that Mr. Hall has been doing that shows that he has the money, but he's just not making the time.
Okay. So you have the proof, I'm assuming, to say why his child support shouldn't be reduced.
Correct.
Okay. Did you want me to look at that? Because if so, our bailiff can come and get
Yes,
that.
Your Honor.
Okay.
And so I made you your own copies, and I have some to go along with you.
Okay. All right.
This is smart courtroom strategy. She brought receipts, literally. Not just allegations, but exhibits to show spending choices. Judges don't automatically believe Instagram, but patterns matter. If you can afford luxury purchases and paid appearances, it undercuts the "I can't afford support" narrative. This is the classic contradiction: broke for the kids, rich for the lifestyle. Be real. If you saw this evidence, would you think struggling or priorities are messed up?
So in Exhibit A, Your Honor, you see Mr. Hall, and he's gone to the dentist and had diamonds placed in his teeth.
Interesting.
So, I mean, he has the money. Like, again, he picks and chooses what he wants to do with his money.
Okay.
And then, so if you go to Exhibit B, Mr. Hall just paid for a video shoot. So, again, he's showing that diamond-encrusted tooth.
All right. Have you seen him since he had these diamonds on his teeth?
No, ma'am. I hadn't seen him since the last.
Diamonds in teeth, whether real or CZ, still makes the same point. Money is being spent on image while the kids' needs aren't being handled. And notice the judge's reaction. Interesting. That's courtroom language for, this is not helping his case. If you want a reduction, you need to look financially stressed, not financially sponsored. Question: do you think judges should consider luxury spending as proof someone can pay, or is that too subjective?
Court.
Okay. Do you know, and maybe it's in your evidence, I'm just jumping ahead, do you know if he ever mentioned how much these crushed diamonds cost?
No, but I'm pretty sure he paid a good penny for them. I'm sure he didn't put rhinestones in his mouth, so.
It could be that, what they call it, that cubic stuff?
CZ?
Yeah, I think that's
I'm not sure.
Okay.
And then on Exhibit C, you see he's laying in a bed of clouds or cotton or something like that, but.
Yeah, it looked real interesting.
Yeah, he's out playing.
Now she stacks the pattern. Paid video shoot, stylized photos, all the branding, while she's doing the daily grind with 3 kids. Even if some of this is for work, courts still ask, where's the responsibility? Because if your career requires spending, the kids still come first. That's the emotional punch. One parent builds an image, the other parent builds a home. What would you be more impressed by, content or consistency?
In Exhibit D, am I supposed to be looking at some tennis shoes?
Yeah, so in this picture, Mr. Hall has on some new retro Jordans, but has yet to pay retroactive child support. So, yeah, those shoes can go anywhere from $200, depending on where he purchased them. I'm sure he could have used that money towards the health insurance.
Well, if those shoes are that expensive, then yeah.
This is a clean, relatable comparison. New Jordans, hundreds of dollars, while retroactive support and insurance issues remain unresolved. The judge doesn't need sneaker pricing expertise. The point is priorities. If you're behind on obligations, any luxury purchase becomes Exhibit A4, I'm choosing myself. And that's why reductions are hard to win. Question: should the court treat these purchases as evidence, or should spending be private?
So, I mean, thank you for bringing it. I don't really know what to do with it because he didn't show up for court today.
I know.
Did he contact you at all about coming to court?
No, but I just went on his Instagram and he had like a show last night. So apparently, like I said, it must be more important than being here. He may be just laid up somewhere, so I don't know.
Does he get paid for appearances when he have these shows?
He does.
Okay.
And
so it's not volunteer work or nothing?
It can range anywhere from like $3,000 to $10,000 depending on what venue is called him. So I'm not sure why he isn't here, Your Honor. I just brought my evidence to do my due diligence because I was ordered to come to court. So
here's what makes this messy. He started the process, had her served, forced her to show up, then skipped court for a show. That's not just disrespectful, it's strategic harm. Because she loses time, money, and peace. And the judge starts asking about paid appearances, $3K to $10,000, which directly impacts income claims. If he's earning like that, a reduction request looks ridiculous. Did he really want relief, or just wanted to stress her out?
Appreciate you showing up, that you got served. You may not know this, or maybe you do know it, depending on how often you have to come to the courthouse and do your own paperwork and such, but everybody doesn't show up when they're served to come to court. So that I can appreciate, and I also can appreciate you bringing actual evidence, because people don't do that either.
right.
However, I don't know,
It's really nothing.
there's really nothing that can be done, because he's the petitioner. He's the one who brought this lawsuit before the court, so he would be the one having to come in and state his claims for relief. This would be like your rebuttal evidence, essentially.
Right.
So, I mean, there's nothing for me to do but to dismiss this case. Now, I just want you to understand.
This is the key legal point. The judge basically says, I appreciate your evidence, but I can't do anything because he is the petitioner. In simple terms, the person asking for change must show up and prove why. Her exhibits are rebuttal, not the request. So the judge dismisses the case, not because she's wrong, but because there's no one here to argue the motion. That's why showing up matters. What's the lesson here? Don't file lawsuits you won't attend.
Well, thank you for that. Well, did you have any questions for me while you're here?
No, Your Honor. I mean, I feel like everything was answered last time. I know, well, yeah. Can I get an increase if he does bring me back to court and I show proof that he's making more money?
Well, and see, that's the thing. Even if you do show proof, you have to file your own petition with the court, asking the court to increase his child support. Okay.
All right.
All right. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
Okay. Well, if there's nothing further, you're dismissed.
No, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
So the outcome is clear. His reduction attempt gets dismissed, the support stays as is, and the judge warns that if she ever wants an increase, she has to file her own case with proof. The real drama. The receipts suggest he's investing in image while parenting costs fall on her. And court doesn't reward that. If this case stunned you too, drop your take in the comments, hit like, and subscribe for more courtroom drama like this.